Shopkeeper claims you won't be able to find better goods anywhere else. Can sense you want to practice your skills at bartering. Don't get ripped off. Offers you extraordinary prices. The doors here are always open for a potential customer. That worked out. Hey, a mount has no gears to grind. This could be the beginning of the end of everything. Get out of here. all was scavenging for scrap, and the yard has plenty to go around. But they should have stuck to looting instead of playing around with sprockets. Bomper Bonker's busy ram-banging the door. This is your chance. Every day is a new chance to fulfill your destiny. Let's see. This box once tailed a chugger-chugger. Now it's just off track. Look at that, right in the chug yard. Follow the rails and you'll find all sorts of little treasures scattered all over the place. Of course not, but they get you closer to wherever you might want to go. Good work finding that track. They can teach you so much about the world. Keep looking for more. Yes, you can do anything. The sky's the limit. Now, let's take this back to Earth. Wow, you really took that all the way down to the end, in flames. The tribes need someone to unite them. It's a wonder some of these up and downs still work. Guess they built machines better in the past. The spent nuclear fuel, the toxinol dumped in the surf, had detrimental effects on the marine habitats, while the overflowing landfills contaminated the groundwater. Combined, this sent their world hurtling on an inevitable road to ruin. I need to brush up on my Wando, but I have a feeling he believes it was you that caused the bang at the yard. Oh, and he says he knows you. You used to call him Gizmo. He gave you the oil-greased hands when he taught you how to upcycle. Gizmo remembers you as a nice kidling, and he can still sense the warmth of your good heart. But Gizmo says how you experience a memory can be different. You know the story, but sometimes the truth it brings is personal. It carries so much hate, and its insatiable hunger has only increased over the years since it claimed revenge on your parents. He understands history made Lupa Lupin a big part of your past, your present, and soon, your future. You still believe there's some good in everyone. You still have hope for tomorrow. He says you should know that what's meant to be will always find a way, but history shouldn't consume you. Gizmo encourages that. You should forgive, but never forget. It'll provide some comfort to your soul and keep the memory of lost loved ones in your heart.
Fan that flame!
Wait, no! Bright light blinds! It's dangerous!
I've got all the cold sick burns you need, Dark.
Oh, do you have to insult me over this?
I don't have to, but I want to.
Hard to believe the world is actually going to survive. Just seemed impossible till now. Grateful to you for coming back and doing your best to change things. You were the only chance they had. Wonders if you liked working with the Myriad. They always seemed so centered and so seeking. But that's not important now. Gizmo says it's taken a long time to bring the past up to the present, and where you go from here is up to you. You need to set the past aside, at least for now. He can't leave the underyard as he has no protection against the vacuum in the dead zone. So you need to salvage scrap to upcycle the Mekton, starting with the old crate outside. You should return when you've retrieved the scrap. There's no time to waste if you want to make the Mekton strong enough to fight the Jumbo Puff. That's what he decided to call it after he saw it for the first time. It's big and fluffy. That's accurate enough. If you can see past the blue color, that is. Fight for each breath. Looks like the switches need to be turned to match so enough charge can flow through the conductors. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. There's short of breath and death to this zone. Better take care. He who half breathes, half lives. Couldn't stand another hour of daylight. It's shockingly dark out there. That's a ganote. Easy prey for Loopa-Loopin. For everyone else, they're a perfect mount and easily tamed if they are kept fed. You're here for a reason. It's up to you to figure out what that is. It's a fine way to ride. You found the track! Amazing it wasn't destroyed. So much of this place was just discarded. Lucky the track somehow made it. When Toxanol abandoned the place, it fell apart fast. Not too many like living in a ruin hole like this. The tracks moved on from Bricktown, and you should too. Graceful. This thing needs new bounce orbers. Looks like the fry sparker's knobs need to be in sync if you want to get the hardware working. It's a fry sparker mindset. Boom, you got something. It's not exactly what you wanted, but you got it right away. There's always a next time. Dawn feels like greeting an old friend. That's the leftover you're looking for. You sit down too long, you might not get up. No windows to look out at the sky from down here. Doesn't look good for our story. It's quieter here, away from the sky. Feels lonely here. Even the air is gone. Everything looks stunted round here. Don't look down. That might come in handy. Biohazard makes your skin crawl. Nothing you can do to stop the night. Zippity-doo-dah.
Sit up. Feel fresh. Somebody.
He says that's enough to get the Mekton functional. You'll have an engine, a fuel soaker, a gun and a gathering net, but no armor, nor enough oxygen supply. He made a suction device so the Mekton can use the black tar as an instant refuel. You can also use it to clear oily goo puddles, so you can pass and access hard-to-get-to areas. He's been working on another project for the Mekton, a cannon, but it needs ammunition, and by that he means the scripts. He says if they're trained right, they'll turn into a distraction for the jumbo puff. The best way to find scripts is to go talk to Moog. He knows the ins and outs of every breathing thing left alive after the apocalypse. Unfortunately, this means you'll have to venture farther out into the dead zone than Moog's camp on the steep depot. Once you find Moog, he'll be able to give you directions to where you'll find scripts. Gizmo thinks he's a little peculiar, but very knowledgeable. He has the ins and outs of all monster and creature whereabouts. The grease monkey's Mekton is built sturdy, just like himself. Can you imagine how this place used to look before the dead oil flood? The dark can make you miss the day fierce. Might want to hold your breath before you head any further. You're about to witness the breathtaking vistas of what's known as the Dead Zone. In the old world, roads like this really led somewhere. Now, most of them lead to disaster. That over there is Steepo Depot, the cliffside that Moog hangs on to.
Potser Inmo Diava Circa full the horse.
This one's impressed to see you out here. He figured you'd be dead by now. Not many are as tough and clever as you must be.
Ja,
Claims he goes after the most dangerous game, huge monsters. Moog says that all your power doesn't do you a bit of good if you're not willing to pull the trigger when the time comes.
Waxandonanenya.
Choosing what to kill and what to spare are the most important decisions you'll make.
Munteo Mastula.
You might have a steady aim, but you need to be sure that you pick your targets with care.
Ja,
It's hard to make those life or death decisions for others, but someone's got to do it. Otherwise, they'll do it themselves, and you know they'll miss.
Intabadam Waxuva.
Claims he mostly kills whoever he doesn't like.
Intabadan.
Says it's wild that the world seems to be coming back, but he supposes that means more monsters for him to shoot.
ever sind.
Wonders why you work so hard to keep things alive. Bullets help thin the herd instead.
Sarevanyat Sab?
Says you should give up on working with the stubborn myriad. He keeps trying to put out their lights and they keep putting up new ones.
Kukakwana.
He's afraid you're just as stubborn as them.
Badan udinamama.
But enough of that, right?
Badan udinamama.
He says the wildlife, nature, has changed and turned against us. Instincts of survival took over when the world changed.
Mushtaq Bala.
He's not sure about their veggie diet anymore, and if it's changed, who knows what it's done with the chemical composition of their body output.
Kuntu
Right now, though, he feels he's come to a point where he's got a pretty clear idea on the whereabouts of monsters, both tall and short.
Mushtaq Bala.
Thinks that it all hangs on the tree of life. When it started to fail, everything changed.
Dakadnio umumwaka.
Moog says you must learn to walk before you can run. It takes practice before you can call yourself a monster hunter. Fortunately for you, he can help. He understands you need to start off with something small before you go big.
Mashaku Hirsave.
There's no better place to start than a squip cave. Hunting down a couple of these little critters for yourself should keep you on your toes.
Kumo unu shalafi.
Says it's not far at all. Fortunately for you, the squips seem to have acclimatized themselves to the otherwise uninhabitable dead zone. You might never want to leave the Mekton behind. That's just nasty. Biohazards make you puke. Brains need more airtime than this. Wait, it's the Scrip hole-up. Place is just filled with critters. Blasting everything to bits. It's time for an adventure, for good or bad. Definitely not open. Once the volatilization from the nuclear waste evaporated, a volatile gas rose through the soil and infested structures, even Toxanol's own buildings. So, in a way, they caused their own death. Oh, idea. Go knock the lid off that sludge truck. It'll fill the place up and you can get up to that entrance there. Crit. That paid off. You need to line up the switches so they match. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. Skronky Stomper. Work to fill those lungs. He says that's enough scripts to sustain the Mekton's claw crane cannon with infinite ammunition. Well done. That's the special weapon he made to store the scripts in the Mekton. It will be strong enough to launch them at the Jumbo Puff. Gizmo's made vehicles before to confront the Jumbo Puff himself, but failed. But this time, it's different. The Mekton will be strong enough to do the job. It's time to put a stop to the World Eater now, otherwise he fears the damage it's caused to the tree already will be too much to handle. There's time to improve the Mekton before you confront the Puff. There are more wreck boxes out in the dead zone with gear you should be able to equip the Mekton with on your own. He's sure you remember enough of what he taught you about upcycling to fit some skronky gear to the Mekton on your own. Gizmo wants to help if he can. The tree's going to bleed death from its roots if you keep taking her for granted. Thinks it's a good day and is happy you're a part of it. Wishes you goodbye. Gizmo wants to help if he can. The world needs you. It's that monster or ruin. You should go see the Pichu tribe. Their hole is a sight to behold. Says talking to you was interesting. Gizmo wants to help if he can. Says you should make sure the automaton stays out of the way. Says you should find Goop. Just look for the Subnautica station. Says goodbye to you. Gizmo wants to help if he can. Has plenty to do, so no worries. Ready to make something? Hold on to that. Now that's respectable. No going back from that. It's time to do what's right, for certain values of right. A great thing even better. sure you're ready for this mech-talk? Bang Shelter 7B is still there, open and ready to shelter. It's becoming terminal. Bullets everywhere. Watch for trouble. Could come from any corner. Time to walk on your own legs.